Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I am Mallory Loring. My screen is incorrect. Sorry about that. Welcome to our community broadcast today. I just wanted to send a couple of quick reminders to everybody. We will publish this on our YouTube page on Friday, and we'll make sure to get some closed captions in there. And without further ado, I will throw it to Mark Loranger, who is here with us. He's our president and CEO. Welcome, Mark.
Hey, thanks, Mallory/Alex. We appreciate you helping us out today as Tiffany is away. Nice music choice, by the way. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, everybody. We've been doing these community broadcasts now for almost a year, and our goal is to provide you with some quick updates on things that are going on at Chrysalis programmatically and a little look behind the scenes. And today we are really lucky to be able to highlight an important part of our employment social enterprises, our business development and direct hire programs. And in just a few minutes, we're going to get a chance to meet Adam Hirsch, our Director of Business Development, Bree Dow, who's our Manager of Business Development with our new sector program, and special guests, Christelle Arabian and her company Kitchen Culture, which has become a partner with us that you'll learn more about in a few minutes. But before we get to all that great content, just a couple of things I wanted to say before we begin. And the first, on a really serious note, is I'd like to just acknowledge that many of us, certainly our staff and clients, are feeling lots of emotions as a result of the guilty verdicts in the Derek Chauvin trial that were handed down just less than an hour ago. You know, the George Floyd case hits really close to home for a lot in our community. I hope this verdict brings some measure of justice to Mr. Floyd's family, as well as to the communities all across our country that have been reeling from generations of pain. It's a start. So I just want to acknowledge that before we begin. So this little pandemic, I think we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's been a really tough year for all of us, but we are beginning to emerge. Our community is, and we've been playing an important role in that. We've been able to help over 120 of our staff get early access to the vaccines so that we can help build the momentum and get ready to serve clients. We've also been able to connect a lot of our clients and a lot of our Chrysalis enterprise workers to vaccination programs throughout LA and Orange counties. And we've also provided a lot of educational support for our employees and our clients so they can make informed decisions about the vaccines and make the best decision for them. We're beginning to make plans. We are making plans to gradually begin welcoming clients back to our centers. And basically, our plan is in July, we'll, on an appointment-only basis, welcome clients back and then begin to ramp that up as health conditions and CDC and public health guidance permits. We've learned a ton through virtual programming this past year, but we can never lose sight of how important that one-on-one personal connection is between our clients and our staff and our volunteers. So we can't wait to be able to get back to doing that in a new and a better way as soon as it's safe and healthy to do so. All right, so let's move right on to the good stuff this afternoon. If you have any questions that come up, please feel free to use the chat as we're talking. You can throw them into the chat and we'll save time, a few minutes at the end, to be able to get to them. So it is my pleasure to introduce Adam Hirsch. Adam and his team play the really important role of connecting our clients and our employers to create opportunities in the community. He and his team do amazing work every single day, especially this past year. Adam, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks, Mark. Great to be here with you and everyone joining the video conference here. Appreciate you all spending some time with us. I'm excited to share a little bit about how business development works at Chrysalis. You know, we have two avenues to work with partners via business development. It's either through our direct hire program or through our staffing program, and we'll talk a little bit about both of those in a minute. You know, we have in the business development team, we have 5 teammates, and we have coverage more or less at all of our sites and offices. To put it really simply, we look to make relationships with employers in the community to help our clients access great jobs and to help our employer partners access great candidates. Sort of similarly to how our transitional businesses work, where we give some of our clients an opportunity to work for us directly in one of our 3 transitional businesses. Those job opportunities are for folks that have done well in our program but need a little bit more help getting to work. Our business development team is for folks in our program that have done well in our program but are still having a tough time job searching. So we look for relationships in the community to help make those transitions from our program to employment a little bit more seamless. We strongly believe that working with Chrysalis and our business development team is a competitive advantage for our employer partners. A lot of our clients that are in our program have limited access to computers, that sort of technology, Wi-Fi. And so if you're a business in the community and you're hiring and you're advertising for your job opportunities, perhaps over Craigslist or Indeed or WorkPop, there's a number of employment boards that are common in the area. There's a decent chance that you may be missing the candidates in our Chrysalis pool because of a lack of access to the technology to access those job boards. So part of my pitch to employers is that we can put you in touch with a whole pool of applicants that you might otherwise be missing. And if you're taking advantage of that resource while your neighbor down the street, your competitor isn't, that could be a strong advantage for your business. The business development team helps with all aspects of recruiting, from vetting the person on the front end to assisting in applications, scheduling interviews, helping with new hire paperwork, and even after hire, we're there to assist in retention. So it's a really strong service. We bring a high level of customer service to all that we do, and we have a lot of partners that can attest to that. As I mentioned, there's really 2 ways that a business can work with Chrysalis and the business development team. It's either through our direct hire program or through our staffing program. And I'll talk a little bit about both of those. So our direct hire program, it's really simple. It's almost no explanation needed. We help our employer partners directly hire our clients. We serve as sort of a middleman to recruit and vet candidates internally and then present them to our partners and then help with all aspects of the hiring process from application to hiring through retention. The industries that we work in tend to be, retail, janitorial, customer service type positions. Delivery has really boomed over the last year, as I'm sure you all are aware of, and even construction, warehouse, and food service. Food service was really hit hard during the COVID era, which I'm hoping is getting close to being behind us. But we do work in food service quite a bit, and we're excited to see more and more food service partners coming back online. In a given year, the direct hire program will be accountable for about 15% of Chrysalis's total job outcomes. The second pathway to partnership with the business development team in Chrysalis is through one of our transitional business programs, Chrysalis Staffing, which is, I believe, is our oldest social enterprise that we operate. The industries are very similar to what we work in the direct hire side of things: janitorial, general labor, food service. There's more of a priority of property management type positions. We do a lot of front desk work at low income and affordable housing complexes in the area. And it's a really powerful tool for our partners, our employer partners, because it gives them a chance to meet someone, like one of our candidates, and actually bring them on to work, see how they do on the job itself, before making that hiring commitment. We offer temporary workers for, maybe just 1 shift or 2 shifts, or even long-term temporary assignments if somebody's out, let's say, on maternity leave. And we also do what we call as temp to permanent. The business development team will do about 15,000 hours a year through staffing. I think one of the keys in both direct hire and staffing is that we believe our job is not done just once our client gets the job. Our goal is to help our clients and our partners come together to get a job or to get an employee. But we really value retention just as much as we value the job numbers. So, we're really proud to say that our retention numbers over the years have been pretty solid. About 70% of the people that we help get a job in a given year are still employed 6 months later when we do that 6-month follow-up. And we do more follow-ups, prior to 6 months, especially in those first 90 days. But that 6-month mark is sort of an industry standard benchmark in terms of evaluating direct hire, evaluating employment retention. Both staffing and direct hire tend to focus on those entry level sort of jobs, or maybe that one step up from entry level. And, we've always had a big desire to figure out how we could do more for our clients, how we can help them skill up, get higher paying jobs, get better jobs. And one of the ways that we're doing that now is through a grant that we recently got through Sector. And, that grant will have a huge part in helping us skill up our clients to get really high wage jobs in high growth industries. And I'll kick it over to my teammate, Brianna, who will talk a little bit more about the Sector program. She's the business development manager for Sector. Bree?
Thanks so much, Adam. Hi, everybody. My name is Brianna Dow. I'm a business development manager for the Sector program at Chrysalis. I work directly with Adam in supporting our clients in finding career opportunities with employer partners, specifically in line with the Sector program. Sector is a brand new program as of 2021, and it stands for the Skills and Experience for the Careers of Tomorrow. Essentially, the goal of the program is to offer additional support to program participants by matching them with a supportive career coach, providing access to hard skills trainings, and support in finding employment in high growth sectors that offer long-term career pathway opportunities. The Sector program is open specifically to individuals who have been justice impacted, so either arrested, charged, or convicted of a criminal offense, who also have an additional barrier of either a history of mental health challenges or a substance misuse disorder need. The program came out of LA County's Office of Diversion and Reentry, and it's funded by Proposition 47's grant program through the California Board of State and Community Corrections. There's a couple specific industries that we're focused on for employment, and those include healthcare and social assistance, information technology, IT, government jobs, leisure and hospitality positions, as well as a secondary focus in green jobs and construction. What's really, really great about this program is that we can support our Sector clients in accessing hard skill trainings in order to prepare them for careers in the industries I previously mentioned. And we're also able to provide financial support by the way of incentives and training grants. We have clients currently enrolled in a few different training programs. First and foremost, the GeekWise Academy run by Bitwise, which focuses on developing tech skills, including coding and other information technology trainings. We also have several clients enrolled in the Worker Education and Resource Group Center, also known as WERC, W-E-R-C. Their training programs are called PLACE and PASS. The PLACE program specifically prepares individuals for the intermediate typist clerk position with LA County, and the PASS program focuses on highway safety and maintenance skills to prepare participants for working with Caltrans, both of which are government jobs. Just to speak to one client's experience in a training program right now, we have a client whose name is Justin, who is currently enrolled in the MC3 training program through the Flint Ridge Center, preparing him for a career in the construction trades. It's a 10-week program, which he started, I believe, the first week of March. He is set to graduate in 2 weeks. Some of the skills that he's learned so far include hands-on training in the workshops using power tools, hand tools, physical and safety training for the general labor portion, such as how to properly carry blocks and other construction materials, and learning about basic knowledge of all the trades, including basic carpentry, plumbing, ironwork, brick and cement masonry, electrical work, working with sheet metal, painting, and sanding, to name a few. He also has the opportunity to be certified in OSHA safety trainings. He's received his first aid and CPR certificate, and he will receive his MC3 certificate upon completion of the program. Once the training program is completed, he'll have the opportunity to network with several different unions. And once accepted to a union, he would start his apprenticeship working towards a long-term career in the trade that he enters. I just spoke with him today, and he's definitely enjoyed the program so far. He's really looking forward to his upcoming graduation and work opportunities. I myself am really excited to be working with Sector and to be able to support these clients in gaining these hard skills and getting them directly connected to these employment opportunities in careers that might have been difficult for them to access previously. It's been a really great experience, and I'm looking forward to other ways in which we can support our clients who have been justice impacted or have barriers from entering the workforce. Thanks so much for your time. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Mallory.
Thank you so much to Admin Bree for speaking to hiring with Chrysalis and our programs. California has lost millions of jobs over the last year, but hiring is absolutely picking up. And hospitality and restaurants have been hit particularly hard. And this has been an industry where Chrysalis clients have found particular success in the past, as Adam had kind of mentioned. So in addition to thinking of programs such as Sector, which Bree spoke to, we're doing our best to reconnect and stay connected to hospitality employers right now. With all and any industry in mind, we launched a social media campaign called Help Wanted, and we're asking for your help right now to find employers who are looking for their next great employee, because we want them to know that they can find a pool of amazing candidates at Chrysalis. Please do, if you have time, I'll share it in the chat. Take a moment to check out changelives.org/hire or changelives.org/help-wanted to learn a little bit more. Now I want to talk to you about Christelle Arabian of Kitchen Culture, who's one person who's helping us connect or reconnect with the restaurant industry. In addition to simply staying connected with Adam, Bree, and the direct hire team, she brainstormed with the help of an anonymous funder, and she's organizing with 2 local restaurants right now to help provide meals to the community while employing Chrysalis clients in their kitchen. She is actually out of the office on a project right now, but we were lucky enough to have her record a note for all of you. So let's take a look and meet Christelle.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today live, but I want to pass along this note and introduce myself and Kitchen Culture Recruiting. I'm Christelle Arabian. I'm the founder of Kitchen Culture. We are a national recruiting firm that works within the food service and hospitality realm, placing candidates. We've been around for, I think, 4 or 5 years now. I started my career in food at the bottom. I started as a cook and worked my way up. I made it to chef, and after about a decade, I started recruiting. And so, you know, worked at a small mom and pop shop, worked in New York, and eventually opened my own firm. When pandemic hit, restaurants were in huge trouble, and I jumped on with several coalitions, locally and nationally, you know, fighting for survival of this industry. Knowing what I knew before the pandemic, you know, we had problems, especially in Los Angeles. Staffing, just entry-level staffing in restaurants is very, very difficult. It always has been. And so, you know, when Chrysalis reached out, it was just a natural, like, wow, this is amazing. Just a natural fit, because if we had this staffing problem in our beloved restaurants in Los Angeles prior to a pandemic, I knew that it was going to be just almost impossible post-pandemic. And to have an agency that has a steady pipeline of candidates ready to go, I knew this was going to be gold. And so I started meeting with the Chrysalis team, met with the direct hire team, really, you know, entrenched in what they do, how they do things, you know, seeing a couple of digital, you know, bell ringing ceremonies and what have you. And we started working on connecting restaurants to Chrysalis as a solution to, you know, this issue. So in addition to what I'm doing within the Chrysalis organization, they're also focused on a lot of other industries. Right now, they're trying to get in front of all employers to you know, have them know that they can find their next great employee through Chrysalis. On the restaurant side, some of the work that we've done is this Help Wanted program and these restaurant grants. And so, you know, I took, being on these coalitions with so many great minds within our industry, I took a leaf out of a lot of people's books. And so, you know, One Fair Wage is a very progressive program that helps with, you know, inequities within our hospitality industry. And so they had a grant program. And, you know, I sort of talked to my colleagues and figured out how those things were going. And then, you know, there was also many funds that were established early on to help feed people with food scarcity issues during the pandemic. And they were government grants that restaurants would receive, and this would do double good because the restaurants would get a little bit of boost in sales, right? Because the government would give them grants. and then using that money, they would produce meals for people in need. And so I kind of like blended these two things together. And, you know, we have found 2 restaurants that are really worthy and are very interested in Chrysalis and the work that is being done. And so Ronin in Central LA, it's on Melrose. It's literally a mom and pop shop. They're local Angelinos, born and bred, really small operation that does pizza, and pizza tends to be everyone's first job in the industry somehow. So they are interested in, you know, having on a couple of clients from Chrysalis and trying them out, touching dough or washing dishes, or, you know, just kind of becoming a part of the family. And they will be feeding people in need with, you know, whatever menu Chef Daniel comes up with. The second one is Little Coyote in Long Beach. He's an Angelino born and bred, but moved south during the pandemic and started Little Coyote as a way of surviving for his family. And we had a great time working with these 2 pizza concepts. And if you would like to help and know of a business that could use a helping hand with finding a couple of great candidates themselves, please check out changinglives.org, the Help Wanted program specifically, or you can take to social media and, you know, tag people in the programs that we have going and let them know that, you know, in these tough times, Chrysalis is there to provide a steady pipeline of amazing candidates ready to work ASAP. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you guys so much for meeting Christelle. And now with some of the rest of the time that we have, we want to open this up to a little bit of Q&A, and I will throw it to Mark to get us started.
Thanks, Mallory. Thanks, Adam and Bree, very much. And I can't wait to go to Ronin. It's like a mile away from where I live. So I'm going to go in and pop in and say hi to some Chrysalis clients working there. That's awesome. Adam, let's start with you. If I'm an employer and I need good talent, how do I get in touch with you?
Thanks, Mark. Well, the best way to reach me and my team is the email address hire, H-I-R-E, @changelives.org. You're welcome to give us a call as well if you like, 213-806-6362. We'd love to hear from you all. And just keep in mind, even if you don't have a job opportunity like right now, I'm happy to talk with any of you about our program, how we partner with businesses, and get prepared for potential future job opportunities. Thanks, Mark.
Cool, thanks. Bree, so let's say somebody, we talked about restaurant jobs just a moment ago, but let's say somebody has an administrative type job. Do we have clients that would be a fit for those kinds of opportunities?
Thanks, Mark. Absolutely. So as I mentioned for the sector program, we are looking specifically for positions in the healthcare, social assistance, or leisure and hospitality fields. So if you're working in those and you have admin jobs, we definitely have clients in our sector program who could be interested. Or also, you know, even if it is just a clerical position, we have candidates through direct hire at Chrysalis at all of our sites who might be interested in that position. So please feel free to reach out to us, again, at the hire@changelives.org email.
Great. Thank you. I see we had a couple of questions that came in on the chat, and let me see if I can take a stab at those real quick. The first question was, I had mentioned in my opening that we had about 120 staff that have been vaccinated, and the question was, what percentage of our staff does that represent? That's about 60% of our staff, but I should also note that's the percentage of staff that we know about. We know that others have found their way to vaccination centers on their own. So this was just through the early access program because we're a homeless service provider. There was also a question about reopening volunteers. What's the calendar look like for that? So as I mentioned, we plan to gradually introduce clients back to our centers on an appointment basis beginning after the 4th of July. And then over the rest of the summer, we will gradually reintroduce volunteers into the system. It really depends on what guidance we're getting from the Department of Public Health and the CDC, spatial distancing and all the rest of it. Everything we've done throughout this COVID situation has been based on the science, and we're going to continue to follow that. But we can't wait to get volunteers back in-house because they really provide an important service for us. Let's see. Here's a question. Do you have any labor job leads? And I'm guessing those are for general labor or construction type work. Adam or Bree?
Yeah, for sure. So we work with multiple companies in the construction space that regularly hire, entry-level general labor type candidates from us. And we also have a few partners in warehousing that have sort of general labor experience as well. And through the sector program, if somebody doesn't have any experience, they might be eligible to participate in that and, go through some really fine training programs to get a little bit of experience.
Great. And Bree, since you're deep in the sector work, when we look at the kinds of jobs that we're hoping to be able to place clients in through sector, can you give us a sense of the wage rates that we're hoping to help our clients achieve through those jobs?
Absolutely. So a goal of the program is to be able to place our clients into jobs that are long-term careers with family sustaining wages. And what that means is we're hoping to, on average, place our clients in positions with at least an average of, I believe it's $18 to $19 an hour with benefits. So that is our goal. We're hoping to find opportunities that will be able to provide our clients with those sort of wages.
Great. And as a reminder, minimum wage in LA is $15 an hour. So that's significantly above minimum wage, and certainly positions somebody for a life-sustaining, a family-sustaining wage over time as they advance in the career. It's really cool. Great. Mallory, anything else in the chat that we should hit?
I think we have actually been able to get to all of our questions in the chat. We have one attendee who had their hand up. If you are able to use the chat. Oh, volunteer. I want to be an online or in-person partner. Where can Susan go to find out some more information? I'll throw that to Mark. You want to answer the question?
I'm going to throw it to Adam because he does a great job of rattling off that contact info.
Yeah, sure. To make things easy, you're welcome just to email that hire@changelives.org email or dial up the 213-806-6362 number. It's in the chat, and I'll be happy to direct you to the volunteer department to get you started. Thank you.
And I will put that in there one more time. And following this, I'm also going to share the link to our June broadcast again. So here's that contact information for Adam and Bree and the team. And Susan, if you were asking about volunteer opportunities, I'll also put in here changelives.org/volunteer. And I can also follow up with you offline if that's still not answering your question. I'll get you over email. And then last thing here, I'm going to share the link again for our next broadcast, which actually isn't going to be until June, but we would love to have everybody back. Mark, any parting words or goodbyes for everybody?
Yeah, we're excited about our June broadcast because we are looking forward to welcoming Supervisor Holly Mitchell, who was recently elected to the LA County Board of Supervisors. Any of you that follow politics in LA know the power of the Board of Supervisors. She is one of 5 women, the only all-female Board of Supervisors in the country. And we're really looking forward to having a conversation about some pretty deep and important policy issues. So we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Mallory, Bree, and Adam.
Thank you all.